The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all. Sharon, I think you got a feedback. You got to cut your YouTube off.
Excuse me?
You got a feedback. We're getting a feedback.
Wait.
But thank y'all so much for joining us today. We're gonna have the panel. We normally have it on Tuesday, but I was in Bacalet, and then I didn't think we was gonna be able to have it today because of the brownout, but the power was on for some reason, so we're gonna go as long as we can. Hopefully, it'll stay on for the whole 9 yards. I want to give a shout out to the NTZ crew. Thank y'all. I see both of you on here. Michael Beach Alive and also Jacob Chanje. Thank y'all so much for keeping things, safe on here, troll free. Today is we got a couple of special guests. Hopefully OG Fred will come on, but before I introduce my guest, I want to say that the exchange rate is 55.94, which is unbelievable. It's approaching 56 again. Can't complain about that. I want to send my condolences out to my homeboy Jay. He lost his mother on Friday, and that's always a sad occasion. I lost my mother September the 18th, 1993, and it never gets easier, Jay, but I walked in your shoes, man. Time takes away the steam, but you always miss your mother. Okay, now let's go ahead and introduce our panel. We've got Sharon Lapu. She's become a regular member of the panel, and we've got Kamal, which he had changed his screen name, so I didn't know who he was. But go ahead and introduce yourself, Kamal. Just a short, brief background real quick.
Yes, good evening. I'm Kamal. It's good to be back. Shout out to Cal and the audience. Welcome. I originally appeared as Marlo North.
Yeah.
And have since changed my YouTube name, as Cal mentioned. I've been all over the U.S. I travel for a living, and I covered 3 countries so far, all of them in Europe, Albania, Romania, and Germany. I'm eyeing the Philippines next, as soon as they allow the unvaccinated, and it's good to be back. Ask away. I'll give the best advice I can regarding geography, travel, and just social prospects.
Okay, yeah. Well, thanks. I appreciate you, Kamal. Is that how am I pronouncing that right? Kamal?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Now we've got Sharon Lapu. Just give us a little small background. I know you changed the name. Is this the name of your channel now, Sharon Lapu?
Yes, I make it short like you suggest. I follow your suggestion and
Yeah, that's kind of
advice.
catchy. That's catchy too, so you should be okay with that.
Yes, and Sir Calvin, I just want to say to you that one of my subscriber just want to say hello to you. He asked me, could you say hello to Calvin if you talk to him again? His name is Philip Nichols. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him, but I see that your channel is really growing. How many subscribers you have now?
Right now I have, I think, 547 subscriber, and I just want to say thank you to all of them.
Yeah, because I know when you first came on, when I first had you on here, you had 7 subscribers.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least you're making some progress, which is good. So Jay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my paper, not Jay. Kamal, when do you expect to be in the Philippines?
As soon as conditions permit, Cal, I'm waiting for them to allow everybody, including the unvaccinated, without restrictions. In the course of traveling to the 3 countries I hit within the last year, I ran into.
Oh, okay, he froze up on us. Yeah, it may be a while, Kamal, before you get to the Philippines then, because I don't know if they'll ever drop that. They're pretty strict. Is that right, Sharon, when it comes to COVID?
Yes, even for the Filipino people, if they are not fully vaccinated, they have 5 days quarantine. Because I had a friend of mine, she's arrived last week from Saudi Arabia, I think from Middle East country. She is an RFW, but despite she is not fully vaccinated, even one vaccine, and she's still in Manila right now for quarantine.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
And I do want to thank everybody. I meant to, this is at the top. We celebrated 2 years. Well, it's actually 2 years in the United States, but 2 years yesterday, August 2020, was the 2 year anniversary of Sunshine Shoulders. I want to thank everybody. I mean, really, I never saw this coming. Um, I'm at 39,991 subscribers. I'm 9 subscribers short of 40,000. If you could have told me that 2 years ago, I would have called you crazy. And I owe it all to you, my viewers and subscribers, because without you, we're nothing on here. I'll still be talking into the universe. And I wasn't going to do anything special or anything like that. I might do something special for my Filipino subscribers, but I really want to thank y'all. It's really humbling, and because when you look back, I'm so naive when it comes to YouTube. But when you look back and you see really how difficult it is to start a channel and get any type of footing, you see how humbling it is. You know, you can't get the big head because it can all be gone just like that. So thank y'all so much for that 2 years. Hopefully we can hit the 40,000 by the end of the broadcast. Now, what's up, Sam Champion? He said, good morning, Calvin and panel members. What's up, Original Sunshine Shoulders members and NTZ? I want to say something really quick. Comedy and just having fun in general is on trial in America, as we all know. You know, Jamie Foxx, he's had a comedy movie on the shelf for 6 years because he says comedy's under attack. People are too sensitive. And it's true, man, because I got an email the other day from a longtime subscriber, man, and he really blasted me for having fun on my live streams, basically. He doesn't realize it's all about fun. We're not trying to hurt anybody or harm anybody, but they're so uptight over there in America. They're so sensitive. And he talked about,
Overwhelmingly.
he talked about some certain individuals that we may have heard on here. You can't speak for everybody. We're just having fun. We're not intensely trying to go after anybody, but y'all need to loosen up over there, really. Or take time and come on over here and we'll help you loosen up. But I was kind of shocked about that. You know, he said he's so sensitive. Y'all ought to stop that stuff, man. Really. Now,
Pronto.
have you had any live streams, Sharon?
Yes, I am planning to have a live stream soon.
But you haven't had any yet.
Yes.
Oh, okay, who's Barry? I think Barry is from Guam. He's living over in Guam. He's a pilot. Well, he's training to be a pilot. I don't know. Do you have your license yet, Barry? sometimes we'd be chatting. He'd be on that simulator. So where are you from, Kamal, if you don't mind telling us?
I was born in New Jersey. Grew up East Orange, and I graduated college, and I've basically been all over like confetti. I lived in 11 states between Maine and New Mexico, and I just been traveling. I've been a nomad, they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, my origin is still New Jersey. It always shows up at some point.
Yeah. Do you so you stay in like the hostels and different places like that, or do you stay in regular hotels?
I actually owned a motorhome for a while before I went to Europe, and it got hit in Massachusetts during a windstorm. A tree branch fell on it, so I had to file a claim and salvage it, close that chapter. And since I started traveling to Europe, I planned on being a digital nomad from there, but because of my setbacks, I put that off. So I just came back here, got back into loss prevention work. I have a 4-year degree in law. So I was doing loss prevention for companies like JC Penney, Target, Costco, Kmart before they started going downhill. And I was that guy they call a store detective who would pretend to be a shopper until I catch you stealing. And I would do audits internal. It was a pretty fun job for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the guy who they have them over here in the Philippines, but they stick out like a sore thumb. You can see them from a mile away.
Really?
You go, at least you look like you pretend to be shopping. These guys just got plain clothes on. They're just standing there with their hand on the damn tuna fish. And I'm like, dude, I know what you're doing.
That's funny.
But let me say this. Since you haven't taken the COVID vaccine, you're certainly not going to take this monkeypox vaccine then, right?
Not a chance.
Have you ever taken any vaccines before?
The last shot I ever had was state mandated back in New Jersey during college, and it was for the meningitis, which was understandable because I saw what it did, and there was a reasonable amount of research conducted, before they came out with it. My big problem with the COVID vaccine is its premature distribution in my book, in contrast with other vaccines and shots throughout history, And yeah. I'm sure, Cal, you recall having your shots as a child when it hurt more back in the 60s and things like that. I mean, my father had a big, shoulder bruise from when he had his shot back in the 60s. And, I just grew over the years into, mistrusting, the medical world, to be honest, because, I've known people personally to lose their lives behind misdiagnoses and, other misleading information. So it's not like I'm some conspiracy theorist, but I'm a realist,
So even though, and we're not going to get into this debate because it's really not a debate,
right.
It's your choice. But even though you've seen millions and millions of people that have been vaccinated, no problems, or, it's still, you still won't take it. So what about you, Sharon? Have you been vaccinated?
Yes, I am fully vaccinated and I already have my first booster. And and I will know if there will be a monkeypox vaccine later here in the Philippines because my cousin is working in the vaccination site in Mandawi City. So we will know about the vaccination over because of her.
Oh, okay. So you didn't turn into a robot or anything, did you?
No, for me it's okay. I didn't feel anything, and whole of our family we are fully vaccinated, even for the 7 years old kids, we are fully vaccinated.
Right.
Our family.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking that these are, supposedly rational minded people, and they're saying that you're going to turn into Bill Gates and, and all of this old stuff. And it's crazy, but, it's up to you. But yeah, they come out with the monkeypox vaccine, and the WHO, the World Health Organization, they're calling it a sexually transmitted infection now. And Seattle, San Francisco, Illinois, New York have all declared it a public health emergency. So where is it really coming from? Should we really be calling it booty pox? Come on. Is that where it's coming from?
Well, I was about to ask you, Cal. I've heard or I've seen it that it's occurring amongst gay sex, quote unquote. I'm not sure if there's truth to that, but I recall seeing it most notably being transferred between men. If I'm not mistaken, I may have misread, but I was about to ask you.
No, I'm hoping, because I was talking about it with Marilyn. I said, I'm hoping it's not like these other viruses that you can get through the air and,
right,
just come in close proximity to people, because that would be a damn shame. But according to what I've read, like I said, it's the WHO is saying it's considered a sexually transmitted infection now. So I guess they will call it booty pox. But I want to give a shout out to Alex and Palm. They came here for the weekend because this guy, Anthony Martinez, he says, "Hi, Calvin. Seen you on Living Abroad. I'll be heading that way in 2023 for a 2-week holiday. What are some places to avoid and definitely visit?" Was thinking about Cebu, but not sure yet. Well, you definitely want to avoid the South Sulu Sea. That's around Holo Sulu, Tawi, Basilan, and then there's
I read about that.
Inland like Marawi that you don't want to go near. But other than that, you remember the Philippines is spread out. It's pretty vast. In most places, you're going to be safe. I mean, there's so many places to visit, I couldn't even begin. But if you're going to go to Cebu, you don't even have to leave the island of Cebu. You can go to Camotes Island, Malapascua, Bantayan Island, Asla, Malboal, Mactan. I mean, you could just stay there if you wanted to. But
hey, Cal.
To Alex and Palm, they're a real nice couple, and I hope they had fun. We took them to the Sapaway Island yesterday, and that's about an 8-minute boat ride from here with the Whispering Palms Resort. Let me get this real quick, and I'll get to you. Dan Masters Live, thanks for the super chat. He said, "President of the OG Fred and Bobby for Hall of Fame Club. I'm headed to Belize and El Salvador for the first time. Any suggestion, places I need to hit?" I've never been to Belize and El Salvador. Has any of my panel members been there?
No, I've never been there.
I was considering Nicaragua. Belize, I saw a recent video from Passport Heavy. Belize is awesome, especially for Americans. It's English speaking. The food is pretty diverse. I believe you stand to have a good quality time in Belize. I can't tell you much about El Salvador.
I guess he's, having fun. He said you rocking the Gumby haircut.
I get a compliment at least once a day, man. I hear it referred to as a pompadour.
Yeah, what is that called? I mean, where'd you get that from? I mean, you didn't just wake up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna cut my hair like this."
No, I've always liked, big hair. They called me Kid and Play when I was a kid. I even wore it after it was supposedly worn out. It looked nothing like this. It was just a high top fade. What led to this was my infatuation with the 60s. I watched Andy Griffith's show growing up and other shows. I listened to the doo-wop era, and I would see the music videos. So I was in the travel center one night. It was about 10 p.m. I'm taking the shower, and I got in the mirror. I had grown my hair out more than ever, and I started working on it. I had my own barber kit, and long story short, by 3 a.m., I came up with something similar to this. Practice makes permanent. and I've been doing my own hair since what, 2004.
Wow.
Yeah,
How old
but
are you, by the way? How old are you?
37.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sharon, let me ask you something real quick on that question from Anthony Martinez. What is a place that he should visit when he comes to the Philippines? Since you live here.
No, he can visit here in Lapu-Lapu and Cebu City, or either south part of Cebu or north part of Cebu. It's very, very safe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, what other places in the Philippines have you been, Sharon, that you could refer us to? Maybe we haven't been. Some nice places.
No, honestly, I've never been visited in different places in Cebu. And when I was in Santa Fe, it was my first time and I was amazed. And I heard also some of my friends been in Moalboal, that it's very nice to stay there because you can visit the different falls and the whale shark, and there are also some nice beaches there, and especially in the island. I forget that island which is in front of the Moalboal. They need to ride a boat, but that island is very nice also.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you haven't really done a whole lot of traveling around the Philippines.
No, I don't have. I
Yeah.
didn't travel yet.
And that's what I tell guys all the time. See, that was something that shocked me when I first started coming over here, because I like to travel. And anybody that I'm with, dating at the time, living at the time, we're traveling. And most of the places we went to, it was always their first time going there. So I tell guys when they say, hey, well, I want to take my Filipino wife or girlfriend back to the States to show her some a new way to live. I said, well, hell, you can take her to some new places in the Philippines and show her a new way to live, because most of the people here, a lot of times they're working, they're busy working, they can't travel, right, Sharon?
Yes, they focus their time to work and save money and travel later.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Cal.
uh-huh.
Getting back to earlier, the safest and unsafest. Would you agree that the most dangerous places by frequency occur in the southern half of Philippines? Because that's
See, the southern part of the Philippines is Mindanao, which is the second biggest island in the Philippines. It's vast, it's huge, Kamal. So, but you have those islands on the South Sulu Sea. That's where it's most dangerous. The rest
yeah,
of the places, I've been all around. Yeah, I've been all around there. I
I read
lived in.
about the Philippines.
Yeah, I lived in Zamboanga for 10 years, on and off. Never had a problem. Now they have problems there. They had a siege in 2013
I
where
read about that.
the rebels tried to come in and plant the ISIS flag or something, and the government wasn't having it. And they fought
Oh,
for
that's what
about a month.
happened.
Yeah, they fought for about a month. A lot of people were killed, but they haven't had any trouble since then. And remember, no one's ever been kidnapped from Zamboanga. It's a city. It's a teeming city with all type of police, military, U.S. military. They got drones flying all over the place over there. You're pretty safe, man.
So, have you been to the Jolo Island? Am I saying it correctly?
Holo. It's called Holo.
Holo.
No, why would I just told you that's the most dangerous place. You
But
don't
you
want to
said
go
you lived down that
You're a
region.
Muslim.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, if you're a
Yeah, I don't
Muslim, if you're a Muslim, then yeah, you can go there. But
think
me as an American, no, I wouldn't go there. That's really a
home of the headhunters, so I'm told.
yeah, it's pretty. That's their headquarters. Holo Sulu, Lamitan, Bazilan. That's where those people are. That's where they take you when they get you off one of these resorts along the coast of Palawan. Because see, Palawan is in that South Sulu Sea. And at one time, the U.S. military had undercover agents down there because it was a viable threat that they were going to start kidnapping Americans and other foreigners from Palawan.
Wow.
Also in Bohol. So yeah, you got U.S. military all around here, believe it or not.
Gotcha.
But most of the places here in the Philippines, man, they're not even gonna look at you twice. If they do, it's gonna be to shake your hand or ask you to take a picture or something, man. The people are so
Or
friendly.
give me a haircut.
Yeah. Because
I hear
you. Sharon can back this up. The Filipinos don't bother you, do they, Sharon?
Yes.
Yes, it's safe here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's safe, but you must be very careful if you meet or you speak some Muslim, because even here in the Philippines there are so much Muslim living here. So you must be very careful because some of them are not nice also. Especially here in Lapu-Lapu, in the place, I think the place in Tamiya, it's also a place where there is a company and then there is a grocery shop. There are quite a lot of tricycle driver who are Muslim, but sometimes they are not nice how to
Yeah.
treat the Filipino people. Yeah, so you must be very careful for the Muslim people also here in Cebu.
But you gotta realize something that I tell people all the time. Muslims are not a race. They're Filipinos first and foremost. They
That's right.
practice Islam. So they're just as friendly. I'm telling you, man, I live right next door to Muslims. Most of the tricycle drivers, pedicab drivers that I dealt with every single day were Muslim. I never had one problem. As a matter of fact, they treated me very well. But there are extremists. I've had more problems with Christians than I've ever had with Muslims. But let's move on. El Hover 29, thanks for the super chat. He says, I'm about to be in Singapore in October, a puddle jump away from the Philippines. Looking forward to visiting on my weekends off. Yeah, I've had a couple of friends offer to buy me plane tickets to visit Singapore. It just hasn't grabbed a hold of me yet. For me to get on a plane and go to Singapore. It's not like if they said, hey, why don't you go to Bali or something like that, then I'd get on the plane. But it just hasn't grabbed a hold of me. So both of them want me to go next month. So I've got to make up my mind pretty quick. Yellow Camera says, nice haircut.
Thanks. Practice makes permanent.
You cut that yourself.
I do.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Song 110, Before Giving. I guess that's what that means. He said, maybe stay away from Marawi City. Lots of Abu Sayyaf there, Muslim extremists. Yeah. But like I said, I'm more concerned about the Christian extremists. Those are the ones I'm concerned about. He said, glad I didn't. Ray Lewis said, glad I didn't know about Palawan. Yeah, Palawan's right there on that South Sulu Sea. A lot of people don't know it. But the only ones they really fool with, a lot of times when these foreigners have their own boats and they're docked out there on the boat and Abu Sayyaf slips up in the middle of the night and gets you. But yeah, they patrol down there on that South Sulu Sea. Look at it on the map. Okay,
And
you see where Palawan is located. It's along that route, man. I've never been to Palawan, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just telling you that's a fact.
Now that brought me to my next question, Cal. Are folks in the Sulu Sea known to ride around on ships, like on a piracy type of operation?
Absolutely, but they're not on ships. They're on these little boats, these little bunker boats, I guess you would call them, little speed boats. Motor boats. Like, yeah, that's what they're looking for. That's their MOs, kidnap for ransom.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, most of the religious people around the world are Muslims. You know, they don't. They practice a religion of peace, but you got extremists everywhere in every religion in every walk of life. So I would just say, be careful of the extremists. Mike Dawsonville says, I'd like to congratulate Sharon for her channel. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
What's your next video, Sharon, going to talk about?
Okay, my next video is I would like to visit an old place. I think it's one of the tourist attraction also in Cebu. It's built by Spaniards people, and then there was an old cannon there. You can see old cannon there. So I will go there to see to show the place and to tell also the history of that place.
Is that in Lapu Lapu?
No, it's in Cebu City.
Where is that?
Cebu City is close to. Do you know
No,
something in your church? And the
yeah.
other city.
So is that Independencia? Is that where you're
Yeah, and
going?
yes, Plaza Independencia. The next close beside on that there is Port San Pedro, and then it's an
Yeah,
old Spaniard creation.
right. I've been there before. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. It's nice going there. It's some really old stuff. The Spanish built that fort to keep the Filipinos out. To believe it or not.
Yes, and I am planning also to visit the Cebu Museum so that to show the old old tools that the Filipino people use, like um I don't know, the arrow. It's something like that. The tools where they use for to fight the Spaniards or something like that. All the things was there. The
Yeah.
clothes.
El Hova 29 said, "What are some good weekend getaways in the Versailles region?" I mean, it's so many you can't even name. What do you like to do? You want to go to Bahal? You want to go to, Alona Beach in Panglao, Bahal? Like I said, if you want to go to any of those places in Cebu, I was telling you about, you've got Ilo, which Boracay is considered the Versailles region, Region 7, even Boracay, Lackawanna Island. I mean, it's just so many places, man. I really couldn't tell you. Yellow Camera said there are Muslims around the small islands, a lady that don't like foreigners. It's just not mending now. Yeah, well, there's Christians everywhere that don't like foreigners. Hell, I'm not even welcome in my own country. And it's supposed to be a Christian nation. So, hell, let's get off this religious stuff, guys. It's about individuals. Just wear your religion on your sleeve. And we won't have to even have these type of discussions. Love and Freedom, what's up, brother? He said, salute, bro. Long time no see. How you been doing, man? You still in Mexico? Yeah, this guy, man, Love and Freedom. I think he was around when I had 0 subscribers. I'm almost sure. I had 359 showing Kamal, but they weren't my subscribers. They were my daughter's subscribers. The Beach of Life says, wow, Michael from at Loving Freedom in the chat. Okay. Mitch Brewer said, Calvin, I've never traveled that far from home. Would you suggest I get a tour guide like you did when you went to Thailand? Well, not in the Philippines. It's just because everything's in English over here. And it's really easy to get around. And the people are so friendly, they'll help you, Mitch. The reason I did it with Thailand was Jeffrey Tatter, one of my longtime subscribers. He had a connection with Mr. Lee, and he hooked that up because you can't read anything over there. You can't understand the language. You can't do anything. And when you you're not really flying into Bangkok. You're flying I guess it's about 25 or 30 minutes away from Bangkok. So, yeah, that's probably why I did that. But if you fly into Manila, you're in Manila. If you fly into Cebu, you're in Mactan, which is right across the bridge. Same with Clark. You're not going to have any problems. Paul Simpkins said that he's a friend of ours, Sharon, Paul
Yes,
Simpkins. He said that you were on the live stream with the Rose and Campbell.
David.
Yeah. Okay, now Jorge, is it Jorge or George Medina? He says, hey, I make 3,525,997 pesos a year. Is that a good living in the Philippines? Yeah, that's a good living anywhere. I would say you'd certainly be in the top 1% over here for sure. That's a lot of money. Yeah, you surely would. Ray John Rock says Sharon's video today, the hunter becomes the hunted. Foreigners are the prey. Yeah, it's true. It's out. That's always been the case, right, Sharon?
Yes, because when sometimes when I went to the mall, there are so much Filipino woman who are in front of the restaurant where there is some foreigner stay or drinking.
Absolutely. When we had Marilyn's birthday party and a get together, there were some women who came there specifically to meet foreigners, and I like for them to hear it from you because they don't believe me when I tell them. But when they hear it from you, Sharon, maybe they'll believe it. That's why I hope that your channel grows and grows so you can give us a lot of that good information like that. But yeah, guys, we messed it up. They didn't mess it up. The Filipina knows the deal. She knows the game. We don't know it. And no matter how much I try to educate you, I give you my boots on the ground information, you're not listening. So
They're
when
not.
you come over here, you do the same stupid stuff that you're doing at home, and it's not even required, really.
Yes, and
Hey,
there are quite a lot. Okay, sorry.
no,
There
go
are
ahead.
quite a lot. There are quite a lot of Filipino also seeking a foreigner. Some of my friends sometimes they ask me, Sharon, do you have foreigner friends? Could you introduce me to them? And then I told them, no, I don't have foreigner friends. Yeah, there are
Yeah,
some women seeking a foreigner boyfriend or companion.
absolutely. And some of them, though, they don't even hide it. It's a game. It's a hustle over here. They know how nice we are, and they know how generous we are, and we'll fall for a sad story. And next thing you know, we're giving somebody 10,000 pesos because in our mind, oh, it's only $200. But to them, that's a whole month's salary. And if you get 3 or 4 or 5 guys doing that, um, that's a lot of money, right, Sharon?
Yes, for us,
What's a
it's
good
a
job?
lot of money.
What's a good job pay over here, Sharon?
The job pay over here is the call center, and also bank manager or
What's the
supervisor.
salary? What's the salary? What would be considered a good job if you earned what? How much?
If you earned 60,000 a month,
How much?
60,000 a month or 40,000 a month. Because I had one cousin, but he is a smart guy, and then he works in one of the company here in Cebu City, and then he received his salary all around 60,000 pesos. But he didn't receive the 60,000 pesos because their taxes are very higher because he is a single. Here, what I heard here is if you are a single worker, your tax is very high, and then there are so much social security that you pay, and then the Philippine health insurance, and also the Pag-ibig company. Pag-ibig company is Philippine company who can people who can loan a house, or they can loan money, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 20,000 per month, that would be considered a good job here.
Yes.
You don't have to make 40,000 and 60,000. That's a great job.
Yes.
I've got a police friend, but hell, he's been on the force over 30 years, He earns about 70,000 a year, but hell, he's been on the force for over 30 years, and that would only be what 70,000 would be a little bit over about 1,000, about $1,400 per month or something like that. Now, how do you earn your money? Well, that's right. You said you're a loss prevention. That's what. Are you at work now, Kamal?
No, I'm going back. I work in transportation. I have CDL Class A. So
Oh,
I've done passenger transport, tractor trailers, but I mostly worked in transportation logistics for various carriers.
oh, okay.
It,
Now,
it, it,
yeah, go ahead. What'd you say?
I was just saying, whatever's needed. You know how versatile the industry is. It's an $800 billion business in trucking. So
Yeah, so you don't work a full year, right? Do you take time off and travel, or
exactly. Exactly. I'm basically a seasonal worker here in the States. It's been that way since college. What, 2007? I've been at Rolling Stone.
Yeah, you're like Alex from Living Abroad. He's 35. He said he quit his job at 20. He was 29. Something just clicked in his mind. He said that he didn't want to work till he was 75. He was working at Netflix at the time, he said. And I said, wow, when I was 29, I was still chasing the American dream. It never even, when I was 29 years old, it never even occurred to me to travel anywhere outside the country. And, yeah. Now, Otis Huff says he's checking in from Las Vegas, Nevada. He said, quick question. Are expectations more from foreigners in relationship with Filipinos who is a single parent? You mean if you date a Filipino, a single mother or something like that, the expectations aren't going to be any more. It's just going to cost you more because you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of her and the children. But the expectations are basically the same. You know, they won't, if you watch my video yesterday, the pension is very important. If a foreigner has a pension over here, that goes a long way in a woman's eyes, right, Sharon?
Yes.
You know, she doesn't just want a guy that's going to come over here back and forth like that. They want relationships. They want commitments. And I think we miss that a lot of times. They're trying to commit you online. They're not trying to do all these fun and games and stuff that we play over there. They're trying to get down to the real nitty gritty and say, look, I want you to marry me. I want you to take care of me. And if I got kids, my kids. You know, so that's what the Filipinos trying to do, guys. So I don't know. A lot of young guys come over here and they, you know, they tell a lot of lies because you're gonna have to lie. Because the Filipinos, she's not gonna give in to just, oh, I'm coming over here for 1 week or 2 weeks. We'll be friends, hang out, and then I'm going back home and that's it. No, she's not going for that.
That's right. We called it doing your numbers back in New Jersey. And if you come there doing your numbers, and you know, the Filipina will pick up on it, and she's gonna see that, you know, if you're not committed, but make it seem like you are, you're full of more shit than American standard, and she'll know it.
Exactly. See, they don't have the distractions that we got at home in America.
Right.
Okay. Or if they do, they can't, you know, they don't have access to it because they can't afford to go to the casino, the movies and all that. You know, I'm talking about the masses. So they can sit there and study you. They spend so much time online. They know what's going on in your head. They know the game. It's a script. I'm going to have to do a video on the script because you guys don't believe it. She already knows what's going to happen when you get over here. You just don't know. It's a script. It's laid out step by step by step. You meet online. She gets you to fall, commit. You come over here, you start living like a couple, and then next thing you know, you get married or engaged, and you start the visa process. It's a script. How did yours work out, Sharon? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but when you were chatting with your boyfriend, how'd y'all end up getting married?
Okay, the first time we've been chatting for 1 year before we met on the first time, and then we lived together for 1 month, and then he went back to his country, and then we were planning before me to apply a fiancé visa, but fiancé visa before was until now it's 99.5 it's 99.9% denied. So he asked to my auntie to be my sponsor because he would like me to get tourist visa, but my auntie refused. She said some reason, so that's why we wait for 2 years before he went back again here in the Philippines, and then
Wow.
we got married. So we've been in a relationship for a very long time. I think 3 years, more than 3 years before we got married, because it's very nice when you are in a long relationship before you get married, because you will know better each one of you.
Yeah, but I'm saying the script played out. Okay, you met online, you became a committed couple, right?
Mm.
Then he
Yes.
comes to the Philippines. The minute he got off the plane, y'all were living together, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then it was his problem because he couldn't come back over or whatever it was. Now,
Mm.
what do you mean 99.99% is denied?
Because I spoke one of the person who is processing the documents of my auntie when he got married also from a guy and from to Belgium, and then I called him. Okay, can I ask if what is the process for the fiancé visa? And then he told to me that, Sharon, for the fiancé visa right now, it's very difficult to be approved, because most of the time, most of the Filipina married guy from Belgium, they get married in the Philippines. So I suggest you to get married here in the Philippines so that you will have approved visa, because he told to me that this time this year, this time, it's 99.9% that the fiancé visa denied.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because before
each
it
country,
okay.
yeah, each country's different.
Yes.
You're talking to Belgium. Yeah, each country's
Mm,
different, and it's probably because they're protecting their citizens. The
yes,
U.S. is it's
exactly.
fairly easy to get a fiance visa as long as you meet all the requirements. They're gonna kick open the door and let you in. Dan Masters Live, thanks for the super chat. He said, keeping it real. When Trump was in office, I had savings to investments to retire in the Philippines. Once Biden went in, I was down 30,000 and had to continue work. Well, I wouldn't give credit to any president, nor would I place the blame on any president. Uh, it's just not the way I look at it. But if that's what you believe, I wouldn't argue with you. Moochie T said, how can a fiance visa be denied? That's unheard of. It's not unheard of. They get denied all the time. And it depends on the country. And there's requirements. You don't just fill out the visa application and they say, hey, come on in. You got requirements. You got to prove that relationship is real. They have to have met face to face within 2 years of the time you fill out the application. This is American I'm talking about. You have to earn a certain amount of money before you can bring her over. She has to pass a physical. Okay. She has to pass an interview. It's a whole lot, man. A lot of people get denied. Trust me. No.
Yes,
Right.
And then
and
like, if the age gap is too far, they'll deny it for that. Yeah. It's not unheard of. That happens all the time, man.
yes,
Believe it or not.
Sir Calvin, even on the CFO, if the Filipina got married to a foreign guy, and then the Filipina get a CFO. There is also an interview on the CFO, and you must present a picture that you are together with your boyfriend or your husband, and then they make an interview how long you've been in relationship, and then how long you've been married, if you know your husband well, or if you know your boyfriend well. So there is also some interviews.
Exactly. That CFO class is a monster. It's a
Mm.
beast because
Yes.
what they try to do is change the man of the Filipino. It's like an orientation. They tell you about human trafficking, about you know
Yes.
bad cases that happen in the country you're going to, and all kinds of stuff. Do you really know this man? Because you're going over there, and is he abusing you? And it's really the last step before they approve that visa. You got to do that. It's mandatory. You have to do that CFO. Chris Marshall says, Sharon, do you know if Sakyong condo is any good? It's in Moncton Island. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I know Saikyong condominium, and then there are two Saikyong condominium here, which is not far from home, and then the other unit, the other place is not far from Lapu-Lapu Public Market. So I've been in
Oh,
the
okay.
Saikyong, yeah, I've been in the Saikyong in the Lapu-Lapu, not far from home, because the girlfriend of my cousin is living there, and then I've been visited her one time.
Oh, okay. Philip Jones said your girlfriend can give you monkeypox. Your kid can give it to you. It's not just an LBGTQ thing. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for. I never said that. Uh,
No,
I'm just.
I'm just Philip. He's probably referring to me, Philip Jones. I appreciate that. I did note that I was unsure as to whether there was truth or not, but for all I know, I don't think you're calling me out. So it's cool. Good to know.
Yeah, yeah. You got to have pictures together. You have to have all kind of stuff. There's a lot of criteria that you have to go through for them to approve you in the American. You know, I don't know about Belgium, but a lot of these countries like New Zealand, it make it really hard because they're trying to protect their citizens.
Listen.
Americans really don't. I mean, it's really a simple process in America. And then once they get there, hell, they got more rights than you. It's going to
That's
be
right.
tough trying to get them out of there because there's been times when the Filipinos run off and the guy tries to go to Homeland Security and get her kicked out. No, I'm sorry. They got so much stuff in place once she reaches the shores of America. She's never going to leave if she doesn't want to. Okay. They've got that support group over there. They're pseudo lawyers, man. They know it all. Trust me, guys. So you better do your homework before you marry any woman and take her home. Best to stay over here with her for a little while because if she's faking, she can't fake it forever. Eventually, she's going to show her true self. But if you come
What?
over here and marry somebody in 2 weeks, like these guys are doing, getting engaged and all that, man, because I just got a feeling this is the one, Calvin. No, that's your nuts is on fire. You ain't feeling nothing about that woman. You sexually deprived, and she's giving you something that now all of a sudden you think you're obligated to marry her, and then you're gonna get a shock when you bring her home.
Hey, Cal, guess where I was today?
Where? Oh,
Georgetown, Kentucky.
oh man. I'm from
You were,
Lexington.
yeah, you were born in Lexington, right? I remember
Yeah, right
that.
up the street. Yeah, right up the street from there. Maybe 15 miles from there. Were you
Okay.
at the Toyota plant?
What's that?
Were you at the Toyota plant there?
No, I have picked up from there before, and the Cummins plant up in Indiana, where I told you I was yesterday. I went through Kentucky on my way down to South Carolina, where I am now. I'm headed to the Outer Banks for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dan Stevens says, I'm coming to Cebu. I'd love to get with you, bro. Yeah, let me know, man. I'm about 3 hours from Cebu. It's easy to get to, or I can meet you there. But Cebu is nice. I like Cebu. El Hova says, I don't know why guys are so in a rush to get married. If I didn't have to work, I would have a live-in in the Philippines. Yeah, you got to get to know. I mean, I would say live in first. You know, try it before you buy it, guys, because you coming from a whole different culture. Something's gonna pop up that she does or that you do that's gonna cause a rift in a relationship. You know, you're gonna be in that adjustment phase for a while, man. And these guys is getting married. They're coming over getting married, man, and going back. It's not like they're coming over here getting married and staying. They're getting married, then going back home and staying for months and months and months. Then, you know, doing the process or whatever it is, you know. The only thing that saves us, to be honest with you, is the majority of the Filipinos that we meet are outstanding people. They're not going to screw you over. But there's people that get screwed over, man.
That's right. That reminds me, Cal. I'm sure. I believe you reiterated this in the past. You told me for the first time. I didn't know that. I'm in a convenience store right now. The Philippines is not grab and go. It didn't occur to me until recently that you know, Filipinos need permission to leave. I had no idea that, you know, countries were like that outside of North Korea. You know.
Yeah, well, you know, it's their government. It's not really our government that does that, because somebody has to run the Philippines. If they make it so easy for you to leave, then surely people are going to leave and never come back.
Right. So I understand. Definitely.
Now, they've got certain countries in these Asian region, Thailand, where Filipinos don't need a visa, but they still get interviewed before they leave the country. When I went to Thailand, they turned the guy around. I don't know what for. Evidently, he didn't answer the question the right way. He's huffing, and, you know, they said, go back, you know, to the lab, start all over.
Wow.
But yeah. Why would I come back if I'm earning? You got to realize Filipinos, a lot of them, they're called OFWs. Have you ever been an OFW, Sharon?
No, but I had some friends who are OFW.
Yeah,
we have some in the Virginia Beach too.
I mean, they leave the country legally to go on the other side of the planet to work, because, you know, there's not enough opportunities over here, or the opportunities they're looking for. So they go all the way over there to work. So imagine if you could just get on a plane and go somewhere and find a job. Why would you come back? Especially if you could get into America or Canada or England or some of those places where they're really paying good. Jay Hawk says, Sharon is so beautiful. Good to see her on the panel. Have you gotten a lot of attention, Sharon? I know you have.
Yes, I have. I have quite a lot of attention, and then they say it in the comments, and I would like to say thank you to them.
Has anybody propositioned you saying, hey, Sharon, I'm coming there, Cebu, can we go out for dinner or something?
No.
Not yet?
Not yet, but they just appreciate me that I am pretty, and I thank that to them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he said, you're in Walmart right now, Kamal? Where are you?
No. I said I was in a convenience store in South Carolina. What happened was I drive a pretty old throwback Corsica, and the cigarette lighter failed. So I haven't had any source of charging my phone. So then it hit me that, you know, I'm doing the live stream tonight. So I had to stop by and get some power. This is a first.
Yeah. The Beach of Life says Filipinos can visit visa-free 34 countries, most in Asia and a few in South America. Yeah, but they still have to go through that interview process, Beach of Life. They don't just let people you got to have a reason to be leaving and going to those countries. Okay? Because if not, they're not coming back. Why would you come back if you could go to Brazil and get a better paying job?
Many have.
Yeah, they can do a visa exempt if they convince immigration. Yeah, that their purpose is tourism, and they have to have an address over there. They have to have some type of connections in that place. Or if they're going with the foreigner, okay, then they can go. But they're still going to have that interview in immigration. Yeah, they have a reason to show they're going back.
Hey Cal, is there a large Filipino community here in Kentucky?
It is.
I noticed. Even when I was in Georgetown and Lexington. Well, not so much. I didn't stop in Georgetown, but Lexington, I definitely noticed. I went into a few stores, Whole Foods, Fresh Market, and I noticed right off the bat.
Yeah, Filipinos are everywhere. I'm gonna tell you something, man. They got tight knit communities, man. When I was married, when I was with my wife over in the States, every week, 2 or 3 times a month, we'd be with other Filipino couples over Filipinos' houses. They're eating the food, speaking the language. It's a support group that we need over here, but our culture isn't like their culture. We come over here, man, we'll walk past each other, won't even speak. It's crazy. That's another reason why I made the channel. I got tired of that. I'm like, come on, brother. Me and you the only black. I saw a black guy in Bahal. We were in Tagbalan in the terminal. We're the only 2 black people probably on the whole damn island. And he gonna pretend like he don't see me. I'm like, come on, man. We got to do better than that. But Filipinos do that overseas. I mean, if they need a job, listen. My wife left here. When she left, officially we separated. She didn't have a job nor a place to stay, but she had that visa. That's all she needed. When she came back, here, stay here. The person she was staying with got her job. Probably hooked her up with the man she's with now. They do all of that when they go overseas, but we don't do it. You try to bartend somebody over here and see what they're going to talk about you. If I say, hey, Kamal, loan me $10 until I get my Social Security check next week, it'll be all on Facebook and YouTube.
Right.
See, it's crazy.
It's nauseating. That's why I'm on here tonight, to make a difference, expand your horizon, and you're capable of having our own community too. It's just application.
Yeah, Moochie T said, who interviews them? I'm confused. The immigration officers. They interview them right there. If you've ever been out of a country, when you leave the country, they check all your documents and they ask you questions. Okay, and then when they don't have the liberal travel policy that America has. They just want to make sure, all Americans do is they look at that picture and make sure it's you on the passport and you out of there. But over here, they got questions for you. They looking at your documents when you come in and leave. So, yeah.
And yes, and immigration, Sir Calvin, they ask also your profits. If you have enough money in your bank account, you must show them your bank statement. Yeah. Because I had a friend of mine, they went to Singapore for tourists. There were 6, but the 2 of them are not allowed to enter to the Singapore. The immigration stopped them because I think they don't have enough savings in their account, or they had a problem. So that's why the 2 of them didn't go to Singapore, just 4 of them only.
Yeah, that's a great point, because when I was in Zamboanga, a friend of ours is going to one of these visa-free countries that Beach of Life is talking about. I believe it was Abu Dhabi, one of them over there, because what she was going to do was going to go over there and get her own job. She didn't want to go through the employment service. And she put everything, we loaned her $1,000, and so she put in her bank account. She tried to do all this stuff in advance. She got there, they rejected her. She didn't even make it out of the airport because she didn't already have a job. She didn't have friends over there. She didn't have a lot of the requirements that they expect for you to have if you're going over there. They're trying to protect you, though. They're protecting people from human trafficking, man. It's big over here. Because what they do is they promise you a good job. Imagine, just recently, they turned some people back around the same time I was leaving to go to Thailand. They were going to Libya now. They had been promised a good job in Libya, of all places, to work in a factory. But they caught them in Manila because they were going through Thailand and then through Libya. And they tried to hide that fact that they were going to Libya. And they stopped them. It's like, no, because it's too much human trafficking going on. And it's easy to lure people like that if you're coming from a place like the Philippines. They say, hey, we're going to give you 25,000 pesos every month.
I see it here in the state.
Yeah, they pay for the plane tickets and everything.
Yeah.
And then when they get over there, it's not 25,000. Yeah, if you seeing 100 men every damn day, they'll give you the 25,000. It turns into something other than the job.
They found the girl here last week. I think it was out of Texas. She got caught up and never heard from. Her mother had to come here to claim her. I don't blame them for being so stringent,
It's a lot of Filipinos stuck in Thailand right now, human trafficking. Not just Filipinos, from Russia, Africa. They're over there.
Right.
Going over there for a better, brighter future, promises of a good job. They get over there and they start working in those clubs.
That's what happened. She got into that nightlife.
Yeah.
And they promised her an office job of some sort or some pink collar job. And she didn't want to. She decided she didn't want to work, and she communicated with her mom. Long story short, she wasn't heard from for a while, and and traveling out here, I keep up with this. I just hope, if I do encounter, I hope to save someone, but I'm on the lookout, man. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen enough.
Yeah. Now, Sharon, have you ever been approached about working overseas?
No.
I noticed that when you go to these malls, sometimes they stand out front handing.
What you said is the flyers, the paper that, yes. Yes, there are quite a lot of people doing that because there are some agencies here in Cebu City, but on the agency, when before you will go to your employer outside of the Philippines, you have months of training in Manila, so you must stay first in Manila for the training before you go to the place of your employer.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, they're always recruiting.
Yes.
And a lot of times those recruiters get in trouble over here because they're doing stuff illegal. Right? You see it in the news all the time.
Yes.
And they're trying to get people out of these countries because, even it's close, and the Philippines doesn't border anybody, but the next country over is Malaysia. And a lot of times they'll come through that area that I'm telling you about, that South Sulu Sea, and they'll go to Malaysia on those boats. Sometimes they make it through, but most of the times they don't, and they turn them around. The Coast Guard will get them and turn them around and send them back. But a lot of them make it over there, and then they get over there. They either can't find work, and they're stuck over there. They don't have the money to make it back. I was watching a documentary on it. It was deep, man. I was like, wow.
Yes.
Jay Hawk said, come on, guys. 228 watching on 88 likes. Hit the like button. I mean, you get Calvin and Sharon on one video. Yeah, that's really, they know it helps. But see, they have to realize, Jay, this. A lot of the guys watching, they're back in the shadows, really. I'd say 50 of those people watching on there, they're trying to catch me saying something so they can send in some type of allegation. Did you know I was under investigation, Sharon? But it's over with now. So when you get big enough, you may have to go through that yourself.
Yes, and you know, Sir Calvin, I think one of my video, the please act right foreign woman, I read some one comment. I think he is a troll, but I ignore him. I never answer his comments anymore. It's okay.
Yeah. Well,
I ignore.
you can get rid of them. Just hit the hide user button. It's a hide user option. Just hit that and they can't comment anymore. All right,
Yes,
see you back.
and
Yeah, thanks for the super chat. He said, Brother Cal, sending some love back your way. Thanks for being you. I appreciate it, man. I mean, I really appreciate it. This is my 2-year anniversary. Actually, it was yesterday, but it's today in the United States, which is crazy how that works. But I never thought I'd be around for 2 years. Certainly not approaching 40,000 subscribers. I just don't know how this all worked out. It was all a perfect storm, really, with the Philippines being so popular. I didn't even know that, believe it or not. Also, the pandemic and the lockdowns. I mean, people really couldn't go anywhere. You
yeah.
were literally locked inside your house. The Philippines have one of the strictest lockdowns. I mean, I was locked in my house. In 6 months, I probably came out of the house 2 or 3 times because down in Zamboanga, you had these cards. Only 2 people could leave out of the house at any time. Right, Sharon? It was,
Yes.
yeah, it was really tough. He said, Bill Ellis said, I'm waiting to catch you doing something wrong. It's been a long wait. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, Larry, I think Larry Lindsay's here in the Philippines now. Right? Larry?
That's a good comment, John Gomez.
Yeah, he said trolls are a fictional character that needs to be studied.
They
Now, they
do,
need to
like a Django skull. They need to be studied.
yeah, um, put the spotlight on them. But Sharon, why haven't you interviewed any of your friends yet? You've got friends.
Yes, you know, honestly, I have some friends, but some of them I stay away from them because they are not exactly true friends of mine when I was in the horrible situation. But I had some friends where I contact. I mean, I had a friend in Dubai, and then I suggest her to be interviewed. We will make a live stream interview, and then she agreed. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, Robert Morris, for that super chat. He said, happy anniversary, man. Thank you. I couldn't have did it without y'all. You know, I was talking to Vagabond Awakes, you know, Dan. And he said, you know, he meets a lot of the YouTubers. He said, man, he said they come off as being arrogant. He said, I never got that from you. I said, because you humbled. First of all, I was humbled long before my YouTube channel. You know, if you know anything about me, I was on drugs and alcohol for years. And that will humble you right there. But he says he runs into them and they built up these big channels and now all of a sudden they really think they're stars and, you know, celebrities, and they don't really, you know, speak to the people. They don't give, you know, reply to the emails and all that stuff. And I thought that was crazy, to be honest with you. Hey, Franz, thank you, brother. This guy become my friend. He was in the Philippines for 4 months. Congratulations on your 2 years anniversary, brother Calvin. Yeah, thanks, man. I'll be glad when you come make it back. I'm looking forward to that, man. Yeah, we hung out plenty times. And that's the thing about my channel. That's what I was trying to do, because you can ask Marilyn, you can ask any woman I ever been with in the Philippines, man. We see, you know, Americans, you know, especially Black Americans, man, they just walk right by you. And I'm like, well, damn, what did I do? You know,
That's
you
right.
try, brother, what's up? Nope. They just keep going. I guess, I don't know why.
I remember that being so back in the 90s when I was a kid, but today, Cal, it's a no-go. You look at somebody, you don't even get a look now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't get that. Charles Holiday says, congratulations, Calvin. Thank you for all you share in your panels and visitors. Yeah. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Jay Hawk, thank you. I appreciate it. He said Destination Philippines, May 23. Uh-oh, Sharon, you might have a date coming next year. Thanks, John. No, man, I'm not a celebrity, man. I'm just a regular guy, and Franz will tell you that. We hung out many times, Franz. Anybody comes here will tell you that. I'm the same way now you see me as I am in person. Because, man, this is all, you know how fickle people are. Just, it's the same with entertainers and singers. You have a hit, and then the next thing you know, now, like, people won't even buy your records. Now you're a joke all of a sudden. Right. Hey, Michael Dortonville said, wow, it's been 2 years, I guess. High time flies when you're having fun, brother. Yeah, it has flown by. But the pandemic made it fly by. I mean, it really did. This pandemic, imagine they had the whole world shut down at one time. You couldn't even travel, Kamal. I bet the conspiracy people had a field day, didn't they?
Indeed. That's why I'm taking it easy. I thought about the original plan was to teach English, out in Europe, Czechia, a few other prospects. I was considering parts of Asia like Japan, but I put it on hold because at the last minute they reinstated the U.S. into the red zone, if you recall, and they wanted me to quarantine. It just, a lot of red tape came from it, and it would have hindered the program. So,
what is it about the COVID that Americans don't seem to get? Because y'all don't want to wear masks. You don't want to do nothing. Is it like you're thumbing your nose up at the COVID, or what is it? Because I get a lot of guys that come over to see me from America, and I have to remind them, I say, hey, man, when you over here, you got to wear a mask. And, man, they don't like that.
I think it's the freedom aspect in particular, Cal. And depending on what state they're coming from, if you recall, certain states, especially in the Northeast, were much more stringent than others regarding masks. Sometimes in that regard, it's more like the divided states of America sometimes, So I think that's what it's about.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I mean,
yeah,
because America's like, well, there is no pandemic, and then all those people dying over there, and I don't know, man. I don't really get into it as a discussion because it became just as big as the abortion discussion, man. That COVID discussion got really big over there. And, we love to argue in America. And El Hoover said, remember the wife beater wearing shaky videos? Your channel came a long way. Congratulations, brother. Yeah. Because I think everybody was watching El Hoover. Because you can go back to some of my videos, man. They got like 63 views, 101 views. I never, my wildest dreams ever thought I'd be sitting at 40,000, man. There's no way. I mean,
nonetheless, Cal, regardless of attire, you drop some knowledge. You put a lot of gems in those videos. I'll vouch for that.
I appreciate it, man. I was really just talking to myself. So that's why I encourage people like Sharon to keep going because, right now you think nobody's watching, and then one day, boom, all of a sudden you'll look on there and you'll have 1,000 subscribers. And hey, James Wilson, thanks for that super sticker. Let's see what it says. Killer Stiller 39 said Calvin one of the few that YouTube's for people, not the money, as most YouTubers that have been arriving in Philippines. Yeah, because see, I knew nothing about that. I knew nothing about. I tell you all the time, the reason I started my channel, they owed me $53. YouTube did, but I had to get 100 before they would pay me. And I said, well, hell, let me get on here and just make some videos and get my $47 and be done with it, right? But YouTube, it changed the game. You got to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch time hours. I just kept talking, man. And here we are, man. It's crazy how that worked out.
You crawled, walked, and now you're running.
Yeah, well, I'm jogging right now. You know,
Right.
But believe it or not, there are guys who with certain strategies. I was talking to Alex. He knows a whole lot more about YouTube than me. I mean, he really does. He's a younger guy, though. You know, I guess what is are you a millennial? Is that he's 35, you're 37. Are y'all considered millennials?
Right.
Yeah, he knew everything. That's why he travels around. He says different markets bring you more subscribers and views and stuff. He was really putting it down, and I was like, man, that's too much like to me. I'm not traveling all the places to get, all that stuff, man. I'm okay right now. I just stay where I'm at right now.
Yeah. What works don't fix it, right?
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't break it. That's my philosophy. But yeah, it's a lot to these YouTubers, man. It's a lot that I'm not doing. I just keep it real. This is my YouTube channel right here. This is it. People think that I got fancy equipment and stuff. I don't. This is all I got. Miss Brewer says, I went to the store today and there were some people wearing masks. Most doctors' offices where it's mandatory now. Yeah, here on the outside, they'll cheat. They'll wear it right down here. But once you go inside, you got to pull it up. Even on the bus, and it's funny, but it's better to be safe than sorry, right? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I don't get how folks wear it alone in their vehicles. I'll never get that.
Yeah, I don't get that. That's being, well, that's what happens over here.
I think it's harmful, actually.
Yeah, they do that over here. You'll see them on motorcycles, right, Sharon? There'll be one guy on the motorcycle and he'll have his mask on. I'm like, what's that all about, man? There's nobody around you. There's nobody within 1,000 feet of you.
Right. No baby in the back seat. I don't get it.
And yeah, some guy stopped me the other day. If you've ever been to San Carlos City, Center Mall, where I make a lot of my videos, it's just a wide open space. It's early in the morning. I'm walking past City Hall. I'm working. I'm exercising. And a guy from the city pulls up on a motorcycle. And he pulls right up on me. Well, we got a city ordinance. You have to wear a mask. And I'm like, well, there's nobody around. I said, if you wouldn't have came close to me, I wouldn't need a damn mask. So instead of arguing with him, I said, okay, man. I just turned around and went home.
Wow.
Yeah. Same also here in Lapu-Lapu, Sir Calvin. The policeman tell to you, wear your mask properly. And then if they say some people didn't wearing masks, they get angry or they say, where is your mask? They make an investigate.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were really strict here at one time. They're not as strict anymore because, the people kind of pushed back because they were saying we can't afford to pay no 1,000 pesos for not wearing a mask. We barely making it out here to begin with. Rowan Troutman says, hello, Calvin, checking in from Barbados. Wow. Have you ever been to Barbados, Kamal?
I have not. I heard highly of it. I know Rihanna's ready to move there. She doesn't want to raise her child here. I don't blame her. She's ready to move back to Barbados.
Lonnie Franklin said, Calvin, how many good hotels to recommend in Manila? I would say do the Airbnb in Manila, man. It's wide open. I was renting one right across from what's the park? Rizal Park. right down the street from the U.S. Embassy. I was on the 19th floor, overlooking the park and everything. It was only $24 per night. They got some real nice Airbnb deals. I don't stay in hotels a lot. Now, when I was in college, I did because, there's no big having. It is an Airbnb community, but I was only going to be there for one day. But that's what I would look for, Lonnie. Truth Seeker said, hey, Brother Calvin, I'll be there in December for 1 month. Where can I meet quality Filipinos here? All over. What's the best place to meet a Filipino, Sharon?
The best place to meet a Filipina is in the coffee shop or a restaurant, and in the mall, where is they can sit or drink outside. And Ayala Mall, they can take a time there because there are quite a lot of people, especially Filipina women, go there and sitting also in Starbucks coffee shop and eating in the restaurant. Because in I think you've been in Ayala, Sir Calvin.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
realize that? Yeah, there was a restaurant where there is a table outside and people can stay.
Oh, absolutely. Now, one thing I noticed is Filipinos, they love the chase. Why do Filipinos play hard to get? Is that just part of the game or something?
Yeah, there are some Filipina it's hard to get, but I think in new generation that the Filipina who are in traditional Filipina, because in their mind they still use the culture of ancient culture, like conservative, it's something like that. So it's a traditional
Yeah.
Filipino. But for the new generation now, and because of the influence of the internet, I think for the new generation it's easy to get some
Oh,
of the Filipino
I,
woman. Yes, there are some Filipino woman now like that.
I agree.
James
Mm.
Wilson, thanks for that super sticker. What do you mean easy to hit? What do you mean with that?
Okay,
Can you?
easy to get is like if you ask
Oh, okay. You
her.
said
Yeah,
easy to get.
easy to get. Yeah,
I thought you said easy to hit.
no, easy to get.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Um, Now, how would you know if a Filipino is interested? I know I was talking to Palm yesterday, and she said
Mm.
Thai women, they will look at, they show interest through their
Eyes to
eyes.
eyes. Mm.
Is it the same here?
Yes, it's the same here. You can see also, I mean, you can recognize if she is interesting in you with her eyes.
Yeah, because Thai said we try to play shy, but on the
Mm.
inside, we're really going crazy. Like, yeah, I really want you. This is what she said on that interview that I did with them.
Mm.
And, I liked her attitude. But yeah, I think that's the case here because when you see Filipinos, when they're out in the open, they're all conservative. Not one hair is out of the place. All the clothes is neat. But then when you get them behind closed doors, the freak comes out, basically. You let your hair
Yes.
down, right, Sharon?
Yes,
It's-
because for traditional Filipina, before we don't wear a very sexy clothes. Even if we go to the church, it's not allowed. You must wear formal dress. But now, when I went to the church, most of I see for millennial or new generation young woman, they wear so very, very short skirt or wearing
yeah,
very sexy
yeah.
dress. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, what they do, because it's not allowed in the church
Mhm.
before, but I don't know why they allowed it now.
Yeah, see, Sharon, I wish you would talk like this on your videos because you're telling so much truth. This is what I say
Mm.
on my videos when people don't believe me. I said, nobody
Right.
wears uh, booty shorts like the Filipinos. I mean, they
Mm.
wear them really, really small, right? Am I lying?
Yes,
I mean, and the
yes.
skinny jeans are so tight. I mean, you can see everything really. It's like they're not hiding anything. And I'm like, I'll tell you what you're gonna see over here. You better bring some good sunglasses because you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna be with your girl because you're gonna look. Okay. But yeah, that's how it is. She's telling you the truth, guys. You hearing it from Sharon, not from me. This new generation of these new girls, I don't know if it's a new generation because hell, a 20-year-old looks the same as a 35-year-old to me over here. You can't really tell, but man,
Right.
they weren't. And a lot of times it's just because that's all the clothes they've got. But man, they wearing some sexy stuff over here. You'd be like, wow, you know, do you know what you got on over here? You know, because I mean, it's crazy. Hey,
Yeah,
thanks.
because okay,
Huh?
because in our family, especially our grandmother or our auntie, if they say us wearing sexy clothes going to the church, they tell to us better that you wear only panty and bra when you will go to church.
Yeah. See, when I interviewed the True Girls, they said that
Mm,
they're not wearing the sexy clothes for men. They're
mm.
wearing it to compete against the other women, to look better than the other woman out here in the street. I'll be sexier than her because
That's all. That's sort
when
of like the
Jim,
same, isn't it?
yeah, when Jim came over here with Jay to visit me, man, she had a mini skirt, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, it wasn't too much further than her underwear. And I was like, wow, what in the world? You know, I mean, it really shocked me. I was like, because, you know, she's got real nice legs and everything like that. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen a Filipino dressed like that. But she was dressed, I mean, even the Filipinos was looking at her. You know, the men, they were looking. And if
Yeah.
they look, because some guy the other day, he sent me an email, he said, hey, Calvin, I'm with, you know, I'm over here, I'm with my Filipino. He said, and these guys are looking at her, you know, he said he feels disrespected. I said, no, I said, it's their culture. I said, they'll never say anything. They'll just look. You know, it's not like in America. Wait till you get over there in America and you walking around with them, men be catcalling and all that stuff. I said, over here, they're not going to say anything. Yeah, they'll look. But
Yeah, that's why. Okay. Okay, that's why Sir Calvin here. There are some people, Filipino people, said that it's also the reason of the woman who wear that sexy, very sexy clothes. That's the some Filipino men get mad and then they rape or something like that. They do bad to they think bad. It's because of the some women who are wearing very sexy clothes. And I just want to tell to you the story that I don't know if you know, Sir Calvin, that I think 3 years ago there was a young girl was victim of rape and then killed, and then the guy took off the all of her face out on her body. Yes.
yeah, I remember that. That was right in Lapu Lapu,
Yes,
right?
it was in Lapu-Lapu. Yes.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
remember.
saying?
Yeah.
Are you saying he
Now,
disfigured the face?
did they ever catch who did that?
No, they catch because the government give.
Okay. Uh, I remember that. It was bad. I don't know what they were trying to do, get rid of the DNA or whatever they were trying to do, but yeah, they raped the girl, killed her, and then they peeled her skin off her face. Did you remember that? And I'm like, well, why in the world would they do that? But yeah, they did it. Hey, Hybrid 711, thanks for the super chase. Said, Calvin, you're living a life that I dream about. Hey, thank you, man. But I'm not the only one, man. There's literally thousands of men over here living the life. Many of them watching my channel up there in that General Tres area, not far from Manila. I mean, I tell people that the Philippines is like a piece of clay that they hand you, and you can mold out of the Philippines whatever
Right.
life or lifestyle that you choose. And that's what I've done over here, and a lot of people have done, because all the ingredients are here for you to do that. Are you still with us, Kamal? Because you look like you're freezing up.
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Okay, yeah, I see you now. Yeah, a lot of times I don't know. Um,
I'm in rural South Carolina right now. The reception's impressive, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty. What part of South Carolina? Because my bank account was hacked back in 2019. Somewhere in South Carolina. Have you went past a Piggly Wiggly yet?
Yes, I've been to a few of them actually. I used to live in South Carolina, and so Piggly Wiggly's where it occurred.
Well, one of the places they took 400 or 500. See, I get alerts on my phone whenever something comes out of my, account. And I just looked at my email, it was 4 right in a row, 500, and then it was $101 at the Piggly Wiggly. And I was like, I know what they're doing. They're trying to see if the card is still on. And that's when I canceled it. But yeah, they got like 100 and something dollars from me. But I eventually got it back. But I made the mistake. I know exactly when it happened. I was using, that free Wi-Fi when you're in the airport, or you're at the pier. They give you that free Wi-Fi. Don't ever check anything, guys. Don't do anything with your passwords or anything. And I knew that. And I checked my bank account. I'm on my way from Dumagetti to Sikiho Island. And I mean, I was, they give you 30 minutes. So at 30 minutes, they got me. And by the time I got back, they had already ordered a new debit card, had it sent out, and they were working me like that, man. But Philip Jones says, hey, Calvin, did you do an interview with Vagabond Awakes before you started your YouTube channel? I've seen that interview a couple of times. There was no video, just audio interview. I did 2 of them with him, and it kind of set in motion something because he said the first one we did, and then the second one he wrote me an email. He said, man, I've gotten a big response of that interview you did. He said, people really like what you had to say. And it set it up in motion. I was like, well, maybe I can make a video then and get my $100 that these people owe me. So yeah, Vagabond Awake. Sorry, Dan. That's really where it started. And then when Dan had like 30,000 subscribers, and I only had like maybe 600 something, he brought me on his channel. He did an interview with me on Zoom, and he threw a lot of subscribers my way. And that's just the type of guy Dan. He's the real deal. Are you back with us, Sharon? You see, you done froze up again.
Merc.
Yeah, you need. See, I didn't know anything about that. I love LaChine. But now I've got the VPN. Now I've got the Express VPN, and I got it for a whole year. As a matter of fact, and that's what I use from now on. She mean hit on. Yeah, Sharon be telling it like it is though, and that's why I like Sharon.
Yeah, she's cool.
Sharon be telling it like it is.
Connection problem.
Yeah, she's being honest with you guys. Listen to what she's saying. I'm telling you guys, she's telling the truth about a lot of stuff. But we're too busy looking, Sharon, instead of listening.
Yes.
Give us more inside information on Filipinos. What do they like in a man? What do Filipinos like in a man?
No, they like a man who is kind, respectful, and family oriented also, and accept to their family and accept of what they are or who they are.
Okay, now let me ask you: does looks matter?
Excuse me?
Does looks matter? Does the way a man looks?
No, they doesn't matter the looks as long as they love the man. It doesn't matter to the Filipino woman. Yes.
Oh, so they're going by his character.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let me ask you something, because this is something that I've experienced over and over again here. I call it the girlfriend experience. You know, you talk to a Filipino online, but I know where it comes from, but I just want to hear it from you, because a Filipino wants the commitment. The minute that you meet her, it's like you've been knowing her for 10 years. And then everything starts right then and there. It's like you've been knowing each other forever, right?
Yes.
Is that part of the culture, or what is that?
Yeah, it's part of the culture.
Yeah, because now the Filipino man, he told me that it takes him a long time to get intimate with a Filipino woman.
Yes.
He said, Calvin, what you get in one day, it might take me 6 months to get. So it's adult, you know, it's you got one way you treat foreigners and one way you treat Filipinos. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, it's right.
Oh, okay. She said, and he said, and his pockets. Does that matter how much the money?
No, no, the Filipina doesn't think about the money. I think not all, but some. I know that the foreign guy know about the attitude of the Filipina. I mean, especially when they make scam. But not all the Filipina woman who only think the money of the foreign guy in his pocket. No, not all the Filipina are like that. There are some Filipina who wants to find true love and their destiny or companion.
Right. But they do, you do take for granted that the foreigner has more money than the regular Filipino, right?
Yes, yes, but it's depend of the Filipina woman because here, Sel Kevin, I think I don't know if Marilyn knows this words creation that some Filipinos say, it's okay if we eat banana as long as we live unhappy.
Yeah, yeah. But
Uh,
I'm saying when you date a foreigner, you just take for
mm,
granted that he's
mm,
because he's from America, he's got a good job, he's probably got
yes,
money, right?
mm,
But that's not your
yes.
only goal, you know. So why would you? What makes a Filipino date a foreigner then? If okay, you got all these Filipino men here, a lot of
Mm,
guapo men here. They
yes.
do good jobs and stuff like that. So what makes a Filipino want to date somebody like me who lives all on the other side of the world? And remember, I'm not retired. I am, but I
Mm.
mean, most of the guys coming over, they're not retired. So why would you want somebody that lives way over there when you could have somebody who lives right next door?
Okay, for some reason, there are some Filipina who would like to date or to have a foreigner companion because they want or they would like to go abroad so that they can work because the salary that they earn here in the Philippines is not high. And then the second one is there are also some Filipino women would like to marry a foreign guy because foreign guy is more responsible, respectful, and then family oriented. And then they think first of the family because Sir Calvin, here in the Philippines, I think you know about it that there are some Filipino guy who are irresponsible, and then even if they have their companion and then they have work, but after they receive their salary, they give not all the full amount of their salary to their wife because they spend a night first or drinking in the drinking area before they go back. They went back home and give their salary to their wife. So that is the reason why. And then there are also some Filipino guy who are hurted physically. They hurt their wife physically, not only emotionally. They hurt also physically. I know one of our neighbor when I was living in Mandawi. You know that her husband hurt her, and you know that when I saw her, she can have black, like black hair. Yes, black, and anywhere on her body.
Wow. So what about your situation? What made you want to date a foreigner? Because you never even dated a Filipino before, did you?
Yes, there was a long time that I never date Filipino until I met the husband of my father and my deceased husband, because the reason is was always say on, I mean, I was put it on my mind, no, because I saw some Filipina woman who are married older than me, and then their experience of their life that their husband hurt them, and then I thought to myself, and especially if their husband is a drug user, is something like that, or alcoholic, so I put it in my mind, no, I don't want to marry that kind of woman, man. So I thought to myself, if I have a chance, or if my destiny is to marry a foreign guy, so why not? That's what I told to I put it in my mind. And then no Filipino man give attention to me. I don't know why. Sometimes I told to myself, I look on the mirror and I told to myself, am I ugly? Because why no guy give attention to me? Because some of my friends when I was young, some of my friends who they got two boyfriends, and then sometimes they have three boyfriends, and then I thought to myself, oh, why me not even one I don't have. So that is the reason me I thought to myself, okay, if I wait, if who is my destiny,
Yeah.
if there is somebody will come, it's thank you, but if there nobody coming on my life, so I don't have choice, it's okay, thank you also.
So you had a Filipino boyfriend before?
Yes, but long time ago. I think for since I was starting to have a girlfriend when I was 18, because it's the right time for to have a girlfriend
Yeah.
here, because I
18,
yeah, because my family is a traditional family. They follow the ancient culture or ancient rules. So that is the reason I get boyfriend when I was 18, and then I think only and not stay a very long time. And then when I was 21, I don't have boyfriend until I met the husband, or I met the father of my daughter. And then after that, when he abandoned us, I think 3 years. Yeah, almost 3 years. I don't have any relationship or nothing until
Yeah.
now. When even my husband passed away 2 years ago, no, I don't have any
Yeah.
relationship.
So why is that though? That's the question I want to ask you, because you're human, you're still young,
Mm.
you're attractive. You know, why not date a man? Why not have a boyfriend? Don't you crave that type of intimacy and love making and stuff like that? Because you've
Companionship.
had it before, so don't you miss it?
No, exactly. I miss it, but I thought to myself, no, I must focus to first take care of my daughter, and then I will search a man at the right time. But before, I am not ready yet. But maybe next year or end of this year, um I will accept.
Yeah.
Which we
So
respect, but may I ask? Um, See, it took me most of my 37 years to learn. I'll be honest. I've been on my own for a very long time. Life is about people. Life is about relationships, and I just wonder. Do you think you might be short stepping yourself as much as you value your daughter? That a man in your life could be a sense of enhancement or outright enhancement. An enhancement to your well-being altogether.
Yes. Yes, my daughter has no problem if I will have another man.
I
yeah,
see.
because your daughter's how old?
15 years old.
Okay, so she'll be going to college soon.
Yes, she will be, and I mean, she is in grade 10,
Yeah.
the school year, yes. And the problem is my daughter is not only my daughter, she is also my friend and like my best friend, because she knows about me. If there will something happen to me, or if I will ready to be in relationship, I will tell to her. Same
Yeah.
also, she told to me also about that, we are like friends. She told to me also, Mama, there are some boys always follow on my back. It's something like this. And then there is also a guy who young, the same age of her, asking her name. And then I told her, and then what? And then she said, no, I don't want, because I am too young. I would like to finish my study first.
Yeah. But see, the good thing about that is she's independent, right? Your daughter, she's 15.
Yeah.
So it's not like you got a toddler or somebody, because a lot of guys, as you get older, remember, I've got a 2-year-old daughter myself. I love her to death, but man, Booby gets on my nerves. I mean, just being a 2-year-old. So a lot of guys, when they come over here, they say, well, I don't want a single mother, but it's really not being a single mother if the child is 15, 18, 21, something like that, when they're really
Right.
dependent. It's not like they're going to
That's
be hanging
true.
everywhere
Mm,
around your ankles like a 2-year-old would do.
yes.
So I think that's a good thing that you got going for you. Your daughter's 15.
Mm,
Now, of course, you do have to screen these guys, because you never know. He may be looking at your daughter. See, that's
yes.
another thing, because
It's bad but true. Yeah.
it's it's just that's just how it is. Hopefully, that's not the case, but you just
Yeah.
never know.
There's a
Mike
lot of
Gordon,
shit bagging out here.
yeah, thanks for that super chat. He said, "Congratulations, brother, on your 2-year anniversary, giving us the nitty gritty, boots on the ground information." Thank you, man, for your support. I mean, that's real talk, because these channels are nothing without the viewers and subscribers, man. Believe it or not. So if you catch one of these guys trying to act like he's a celebrity or he's above the crowd, man, unsubscribe. Stop viewing it, because I think it's unfair, man. When we do people like that, the people who actually gave us any kind of traction. That's why I built the guest house, just to say thank you. I walk the walk, man. I don't just talk the talk, man. I walk the
Yeah.
walk.
That's why I'm here.
The wall over there. I'll show you the wall of shame. My next video, I'm gonna walk through there. It's because I think Alex and Palm signed the wall, so that'd be 7 people signed the wall. See, that's really what it's all about. Hey, believe in
And
Evans, Calvin. Have you heard from Cliff and Rue? Yeah, they're doing videos. I saw where they did a live stream yesterday. Now they live far from me, but they're still. I think they're back in the Philippines now. They're doing live streams. I saw one pop up on my, because I'm a subscriber. It popped up yesterday, but I think theirs is early in the morning. So is it any type of particular man that you like? Well, evidently you said both of your boyfriends were from Belgium. What is it about Belgium men that you like, Sharon?
Okay, because not all the guy in Belgium are different, but the reason I like my deceased husband because he is kind, understanding, and family oriented, and
okay.
helpful person, and respectful and kind.
Now the guy before that, he was from Belgium too, right?
Yes, the father of my daughter he is
Yeah.
from
So what
Belgium
is it
also.
about Belgium men? Do you just hang around with? Why? How is it that you met 2 Belgian men? That's kind of
Okay, the father of my daughter, he is a friend of the husband of my auntie, because I had an auntie were
okay.
yeah married also a Belgian guy, and then suddenly when the father of my daughter abandoned us after 3 years, I thought to myself, okay, I was trying to make an account in Filipino cases, but suddenly the guy who sent message to me, it's a man from Belgium. I thought to myself, is it coincidence or what? So that is the reason the first answer that I said to my deceased husband is, no, I don't want to communicate Belgian guy because I had a bad experience. So that is the reason he answered to me, no, not all the men in Belgium are the same. So that's the reason he suggests me to be a friends and
Yeah.
communicate and knowing to each other, yes, until going to relationship, until getting married. But the first time, Sir Calvin, it's really true that I refuse him because I don't want to have traumatized again for because I had
Right.
already a bad experience. Yes, but he ensured that not all the guy in his country are the same.
Yeah. Let me ask you though. You said something. Okay. You said you talked to your husband for a year before you ever met. Then he came
Yes.
over here for a month. Then he went home for 2 years before he came back. What was that all about? Why did it take so long for him to come back?
Okay, because the reason 2 years before we got married, because her his plan before was to apply a fiancé visa, but Filipino the man of the Belgian embassy, who is a Filipino and then friend of my auntie, said that fiancé visa is 99.9% denied. And then she said, okay, we will find another way. I'm gonna suggest your auntie to be your sponsor, and so that you can apply a tourist visa, but my auntie refused. So that is the reason it took a very long time, because we need to find solution, because our plan before was to get married in Belgium, because it's better to get married in Belgium. But when the man from the Belgian embassy in Manila told no, the fiancé visa is 99.9% denied, so your solution is to get married to the Philippines. That is the reason he came back
Okay.
here after the 2 years, and then we get married here in the Philippines.
So did you apply for the visa then?
Not yet, because for to apply, when he went back to Belgium after our marriage, we need to present to the Belgian embassy some documents, like documents from his municipality, and then his proof of income also, because he wants to he wants my daughter to be with me to come to Belgium. He didn't want to leave my daughter here. That is the reason it's a big problem, and then it's difficult because he is not the biological father. So that is the reason we need to find ways. And then there were some reasons that his mother needs to his caring. So I told to him, okay, because me, I am a nice woman and I am traditional, so I can wait to the documents, and then we must priority first to your mother because he needs you very well. So that is the reason, yes. Until he passed away, because there are some reasons, because his income is not enough. He is not satisfied of his income because he only receive social assistant and also the rent of his another house, and then he is not satisfied because there is income, I think, limit in Belgian embassy.
Yeah. Well, they all have a, a income requirement.
Yes, income
Even if
requirement.
you
And
have, if you don't
yes.
have enough, then you have to get a
Mhm.
sponsor and all of that. Uh, Curtis Eugene Thompson, Calvin, what's up with your boys, Texas and Rudy? I don't know. I think uh, Texas got mad. Remember when he was on the panel and his screen froze and everybody was laughing at him. I think he got mad at that. But
I thought they clowned him for that.
then I
That's
don't know what happened with Rudy. I mean, guys come and go, but people are just too sensitive, man. I mean, this is all fun and games when we're on here. It's not like we're really going after somebody's throat. We just have a
yeah, he
good
was a
laugh.
cool guy.
And, just like I got on my notes here, fun is on trial in America. Comedy's under indictment over there. You can't even tell jokes anymore in America. It's crazy over there.
Well,
I'd be concerned if I were a comedian right now. You can't talk about fat people. You can't talk about gay people. you can't talk about anything that's funny. So I don't know.
That's realer than ever, Cal. I stopped in the fresh market today and I spoke with, a local Kentucky boy, Cool, from the country. And I felt like as long as we stood there and just talked like people used to do, we stood out like no other. Everybody's just being zombies. And the feeling was mutual, man. Everywhere I go, I strike up conversations with people because as introverted as I am, I'm just good at opening up conversations. And I feel like these days in America, it's like you feel like an instant celebrity whenever you're just talking with somebody when you're not holding a device. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sad.
But this guy, he wrote me a long email. I mean, it was long. He said that us making fun of people, we were being insensitive. We were saying that, and I'm like, man, what are you talking about? We're just having fun. We're just,
Cal, who wrote this? Was it one of your guys like Rudy or Tech or some other guy?
It was somebody else. I'm not going to say his name, but
okay, yeah.
He's a regular on my channel, even on my panel. And I was shocked. And I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, come on, guys. Y'all can't even take a joke.
I can't think of any moment where it could even come close to going too far. That's unfathomable.
What's going on over there? Guys they're sexually frustrated. They can't leave for whatever reason. They can't get off the hamster wheel. They're too young to retire. Whatever it is. And they're getting frustrated. But see, I tell people the same thing my mother used to tell me. Don't complain if you're not going to do anything about it.
That's right. And that's why I'm out here. And that's why I'm on this channel.
Do something about it.
That's right.
Quit going to the casino and buy your damn plane ticket.
That's right.
Smoking weed, hitting the crack pipe, whatever you're doing over there that's stopping you from living your life. Because here's a guy. All for you it's easy to relax because you're on vacation there, bro. Yeah, because I did something about it. I was sitting right there in the same spot you were sitting.
Rat racing.
I didn't complain about it.
You were on that hamster wheel and you're reaping the fruits of your labor. It sounds generic, but it's true.
Man, I'm going to tell you when I made up my mind. I live in Kentucky. It's cold, man. I'm an insurance man. I'm sitting there at this porch. It's in November or something because I had already bought my ticket in October to leave in December. I'm punching, waiting for the lady to come to the door, man. The wind is just cutting through me because all I got on is my suit and tie. I can't wear my coat in the house because, older people, they kick the temperature up to the roof, man. It's 100 in there. And I just made up my mind, man, I'm never going to sit through another winter ever again in my life. This is the last winter that I'm going to experience. And I got on that plane, man. This is my fourth winter, and I haven't felt the cold chill except for this air condition behind me. See,
So Cal, how do you, I know it's pretty humid in Kentucky. It certainly was today, but how do you deal with those dew points? Because I'm at a disadvantage. I cannot stand humidity. It's
like I only go out when I have to during the daytime. We pick and choose when to really go out, but the perfect time, I get up early in the morning, I go out. The perfect time in the Philippines is somewhere around 5 o'clock, all the way to the morning, till about 7 o'clock. It never gets cold. And see, here's another thing about Texas. See, Texas, he needs his own channel, really. He wants to come on and take over your channel. You can't do that. You need, go ahead and just, I don't know what people think. You don't have to fill out an application for a YouTube channel. If you got a YouTube account, all you have to do is make a video and upload it onto your account. And you got a YouTube channel. That's all it is. But some people, they want to use your platform as their platform. And you can't do that, man. It's disrespectful. But I never, but I'm just saying that's probably another reason why he's not on here.
Yeah, man's a smoking gun. He should consider it, but hopefully he's doing fine wherever they are. They were good guys.
And he says, Cal, sometimes. No, we're all joking. A lot of times I'm reading the jokes from these guys, just relaying it. And it's just a joke. You know, if you guys can't take a joke, there's no sense in being on here. You know,
Right. I can't think of anything that came close to offensive. Cal, seriously. And I've watched all of your live streams to some extent. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. They couldn't have grew up in my era. Man, my brothers would have rolled you out, man. And then going to school, you got rolled out. Coming home, you got rolled. You just better hope and pray it wasn't your day. Because, man, these guys were jokesters, man, for real.
I was.
Nothing. I mean, you guys they're just so sensitive over there. You can't do anything in America right now. That's why I left. I don't want
You have
to
to
live
be
my
a zombie.
years like that, man. Y'all gotta be miserable over there to do that.
Yeah. And they walk around like crabs in a barrel. And that's why, Cal, that's why they troll on you, because, you know, it's the crabs in a barrel approach, you know?
Yeah, but I don't get it, man. Like, if you that unhappy, do something about it.
Yeah, otherwise, what is the use? And this short adventure we call life. That is why.
Man.
That's why I knocked out my bucket list at 37, man. If I die today, I'm a happy guy. Not that I want to, but I try to inspire and make that difference in such a regard. That's why I'm on you, man.
To the email, I said, look, life's too short, man. It goes by too quick for this, you know. But anyway, he said, what you said just hurt my feelings. Yeah. Now, Sharon, what about, jokes over here? If somebody, do y'all have a joke around? I know Filipinos have a sense of humor. You don't get angry about it, do you?
Yes, there are some. Yes, it's okay for us. It's normal, and then, but there are some people as is very sensitive. Not all Filipino okay for the joke, but most of the Filipino people, they are making jokes. Especially the severe joke that the Filipino did is they fart on your face. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, this guy, he says, the culture that I grew up in, a person had to have a sense of humor, be able to get roasted and roast people. Yeah, we used to do that, man. I'm going to tell you, all the time. It was so much fun. But now if you do that, now they'll cancel you over there. They're trying to cancel Dave Chappelle for telling jokes, man. It's crazy over there. Now, this guy makes a perfect point. He says, with a last name like Roach, we had to have thick skin and learn how to roast them back. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. It compelled me to excel. Because when I was like in the first grade, kindergarten, maybe second grade, you know, the first day of school, they call your name, everybody's laughing and you know everything about you. So I said, okay. By the third grade, they quit all of that because I was the smartest in class. I was the most athletic. You know, I was the most likely to succeed. I used that because I made a conscious decision then. I said, I'm going to make this last name famous so people stop laughing at me. But you're right, man. People used to do that all the time. They used to ask me, is that your real name? You know, and all that stuff, you know. And you just have to deal with it. But to go to the extremes that we're going to on here, we're grown men, guys. You know, come on. I love LaChan said my company forces me to go through robot personality training every other month, just about unconscious bias training, whatever that is. I'm tired of all the PC BS. Yeah, see, you can't even. Is it really free speech now in America? Is it really free speech if you got to go back the next day and apologize for what you said, knowing that you're only doing it as a publicity stunt so you won't get canceled? Why can't somebody? It's easier to deal with people when you know how they really feel. I don't want to deal with a bunch of fake people around me. I mean, tell me how you really feel. Where you going? Okay. Yeah, tell me how you really feel. And that's why I rub people the wrong way. I was just raised like that. I was raised in a family that there was no plastic bull in our family, man. Come on. Yeah, he says America doesn't even know what a woman is. Well, see, I know how to do it now. Okay, try to put any man that tries to put his elbows together and go like that, you can't do it. Do it, Sharon. Put your elbows together and go like that. Now go down. Yeah, that's a woman. That's how you tell a woman. Her arm is going to be like at an angle, and she can do that. A man can't do that. If you can do that, guys, without having this space in between there, you're not a man, you're a woman. But that's an easy way to tell if you're not for sure. If you go out to a bar, say, yeah, touch your damn elbows together and go like that. See? Now you do it, Marilyn, without showing. Come over, you do it. Because I want to do it with your arms. See? Now go down. See? There's no space here, guys. Now, when I do it, look at that.
Well done. Well done.
Just
Now that's our one-on-one for today.
You know, but yeah, I don't get that either. They said there's no free speech in America now, especially as a business owner. Well, I left America, man. That's my, the country I love, and I put my life on the line. I did 4 years in the Navy. I don't have to prove my patriotism, but it doesn't mean that I can't live somewhere else and try to find my happiness somewhere else. It doesn't mean that. Because I wasn't happy over there, man. I know I would get counseled in America real quick.
I would too.
Yeah, that's a real tip right there. Marilyn actually told me that, but somebody else had told me about the slight little bend at the elbow that they have, and that's so that they can do that. See, I don't care how good she looks. If she can't do that and like that, you got a man you sleeping with. Oh, these years
because here in the Philippines there are so much now a transgender gay.
Yeah, well, see, the Philippines is way ahead of America in that we were, I'm not going to say they tolerate gays over here. They don't really accept them because there's no laws in place or anything like that, right? But they don't ridicule gays. They don't think anything about it. If a gay person walks by, it's no big deal. It's so many that I interact with on a daily basis that does Marilyn's hair. It's just no big deal to me. I'm not gay, so, that's really all that it really matters. Hey, Gary T, he said, greetings from San Francisco, California. He said, enjoyed your interview with Alex. Do you plan on having other interviews in future vlogs? I do, but I was telling Alex yesterday, a lot of the guys who come to see me, for some reason, man, they're hiding, Kamal. So if you come over here, man, don't be happy. They don't want to do interviews. Of all them guys that went over there, only 2 guys allowed me to interview them. One of them had a YouTube channel, and the other one was Robert White, the one with 15 children and 10 baby mamas. Everybody else, one guy's hiding from his family. One guy is, I want to keep a low profile. I don't want anybody to know I'm in the Philippines. I'm like, man, you guys have put me at a disadvantage. I said, people want to hear what you think about the Philippines and about San Pedro City. So they'll want to come over here. But yeah, Gary, when I can get a chance to. He said, come on, Calvin, get real. What's he talking about? I don't know.
I was looking at that too.
Well, Charles Holiday said, Calvin just would like to tell Sharon she's very beautiful and deserves great things in her life. Wow, Sharon. Well, she's frozen right now. He said, you've been skipping over my comments for a while. I guess I said something you don't like. Funny for a person with thick skin. you guys don't realize, man. Okay, at any
Oh,
given time,
I get-
there's maybe 1,000 comments over here, and they just keep on going. It's not like your comment just sits up there in time for me to see it. Chloe NYC. I mean,
Yeah, I made the same mistake. Remember that, Cal?
yeah, you made the same mistake, and you would never know unless you had a YouTube channel. Imagine when I was in Thailand, me and Chocolate Man in Thailand, we had 650 people watching the live stream, and people were complaining that we wasn't getting their comments. Okay, even on a slow day today, because normally I get anywhere from 300 to 400 people. I got 216
Yeah.
people on here.
Yeah.
Still a ton of people with a ton of comments. They just keep on going, dude. Just say, instead of you putting that there, you could have just said what you wanted to say. Now you're lost in the shuffle.
Right.
Yeah. So now you're lost in the shuffle again. Hey, Will Rose, thanks for that super chat. Said big ups to your family, to the Sunshine family. Merlin's gonna get lunch. He said Sharon can pass as AOC to Congresswoman. Somebody else said that. He said, Killer Stiller said Filipinos are like Latinos. If they don't joke with you, they don't like you. And that's really like everybody is, man. But like for us to be sitting around a bunch of men, and usually whenever something like that happens, there's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 people on the panel. Somebody might say something and get everybody started. But it's not like we just sit there and pound him into the ground and really mean anything bad. I mean, surely it's all about fun. But that's just how it is these days, man. You can't say anything. People are so sensitive, man. Okay, Sharon, you back. Some guy said you're so beautiful and he hopes all good things come in your life.
Thank you.
I forgot. Let me go back and see if I can find it. I'd have to go way, way back. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Gary T. Yeah, I'm a few subscribers short of 40,000, which is unbelievable. I it's hard for me to believe. He said Sharon looks like a young Diana Ross. That's true.
Thank you.
What's up, Shelby Smith? Long time supporter. Him and his wife. I forgot his wife's name. It's not Camilla. That's the name of their channel, I think. He says, how are your local language skills? Gamai. Tell him what Gamai means, Sharon. Sharon then froze up again. It means
Yeah, sorry, my connection is not
it's
very
okay.
good.
But what is Gamai? If somebody says Gamai, what's that mean?
Small.
Yeah.
Dako is
So
big.
there's the answer. Now he's calling people he's an internet gangster. These guys, I tell you, they're funny, man.
Speaking of gangster, I was watching Pluto TV. They called it the Black Communication Error.
They need the tune up over here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna copy that. They need that Filipino tune up. Tell them what that is, Sharon. The Filipino tune up. Yeah, Anthony, this is a good point. Anthony Williams said, Calvin, make sure your subscribers check their subscription. This is my 3rd time subscribing. You're the second person that's told me this. He said, man,
And
I thought I was channel.
Kevin Samuels mentioned that once. That never happened to me. I always get the notification when you're about to have a live stream or something. I've never been automatically unsubscribed. I don't know what causes that.
Oh, okay. Her name is Wendy. Yeah, I knew it. Thank y'all for your support. Yeah, Wendy and Shelby. I won't forget that now. Okay, he says, Now, you speak Tagalog too, Sharon? Well, hell, Sharon and froze
Wow.
up on Kamal. Now, do you have any children, Kamal? You don't look like you got children.
No, I never saw them in a picture, Cal, but if it would have come to it, I would have been responsible father, of course, but I never planned on having them. And to be honest, at this point, I don't know if it'll ever happen. It would have happened by now. I don't believe Mrs. Drake is here, nor have I met a woman with whom I would even consider to bear my children,
Yeah, because I know I was talking to Alex yesterday. He's about your age. Y'all talk a lot. Y'all got a lot of the same thoughts, because like he jumped off the hamster wheel a long time ago. So did you. He doesn't have any kids. I don't even think believe it or not, guys, that's not his girlfriend. That Palm. And I'm like, wow, he doesn't want a commitment. He's sort of like y'all. That millennials, y'all some tough eggs to crack, tough cookies to get out there.
Right. Well, I am open to commitment, Cal. I've been single for about 10 years, and I've been on countless dates here in America, but I haven't had that spark since, and I can't go backwards.
Yeah.
So I'm open to commitment with the right one, definitely.
Wendy and Shelby for that super sticker, Camilla Cookie. Lisa and Evans and Calvin, remember some of these guys never had a tune-up in their life. That's why they're mad at the world. Yeah, that's why they're mad, because I guarantee you come over here and she give you that tune-up with the free oil change and lube job, you're going to calm down real quick. It won't be no more of that old internet gangster stuff. You won't be writing no emails. One of my staunchest subscribers, he's one of my just died in the woods subscribers. You know what? Since he's come over here, he hasn't watched one of my videos or one of my live streams. And y'all know why? He's getting the tune up, man. He's over here, man. It's a whole different story when you get over here. All those frustrations and all that, man, is thrown out the window. Imagine this. This is my number one fan. He said, man, I'm going to be honest with you. Since I've been over here, I haven't watched one of your videos. And I said, bravo. I gave him a standing ovation. I said, because that's what it's all about. Wanderer in the Wasteland said, Calvin, it's been a while now, but after Johnny passed, has his girlfriend said hello at all? And do you know how she's doing? She every now and then, she'll send me a message to see if we're home. She's come over here a couple of times. And, I guess she's doing about as well as she can do. Now, is she dating yet? She probably is back out there because she's young, man. She's only 28 or something like that. She's an attractive young woman. Life goes on. And, a lot of people never heard of John. So when they come over here and meet her, they're not going to have any problems. But she's doing about as well as you can, expect. Because they were really close, man. She really loved John. She did everything for John. And for him to just die suddenly like that, I know it put her back. Hey, Wendy, she said, Calvin, you make my husband happy. He watches you all the time. You're his favorite. Thank you. I appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. I just be trying to share my life, really, with people, just to try to give you a realistic bird's eye view of what to expect when you get over here. You're going to see something totally different, guys. I promise you that. But you can never say I was lying about anything. And that's what people say when they get over here. He says, yeah, the globalismo black man says, yeah, the good old tune-up. Yeah, it does wonders, man, for people. You got a backache, get the tune-up. Depressed, get the tune-up. Anxious, get the tune-up. It's going to help you, man.
That's real.
Yeah, it's real. In my area, they've got some good music here, but not as much as, you know, if you go to Bacala, Cebu, Dumaguete, like that. But it's a few live bands around here. But the Philippines as a whole has a thriving music scene. You go to Manila, man, I can just tell you, just go right across the street from Mall of Asia. And Sharon, I thought I put Sharon back on here. I did. And there's just a strip. It's like the new Baywalk. It's a strip of restaurants and clubs, man. The music scene is thumping over here. No, her name is not Vanessa. Her name is Janessa. Vanessa, and why you brought that up, believe it or not, one of my subscribers, remember I interviewed Vanessa? He came over here and married Vanessa. And he asked me, and it's the only, I've only removed 3 videos before. He just said, hey, Calvin, now that me and Vanessa is married, he said, can you take that video down where you interviewed her? He said, because she's still getting, you know, requests and messages and stuff. So I did. But I see them in the store all the time. They seem to be happy. Yeah, globalism black man said, just me, guys. Philippines will do that to you. Yeah, it will, man. Something really about the Philippines. But yeah, her name is Janessa, not Vanessa. And, you know, somebody's really going to hit the jackpot when they meet her. Because she's still young. She's still got a whole lot of love to give. And, you know, she's healing from a broken heart. Imagine you're going to come in as the knight in shining armor, man. You're going to heal a broken heart. But okay, guys, we're going to get off of here. I'm going to give both of you the last say. Give us something to leave on, Kamal.
Gentlemen, ladies, it's been a pleasure. I hope all 3 of us made a difference tonight. I know Cal always does. Whatever you do in this life, don't give yourself away for the job. They say, there's that saying that if you like what you do, you never work a day in your life. But let's face it, everyone on here is looking forward to venturing out as conditions permit someday. And I have the elders in my family who, you know, work their fingers to the bone only to live in their early 50s because, you know, they rat raced and, you know, they never took their vacation times and stress got the best of them, you know. And I meet people time after time wishing they had done what I've been doing, not to toot my own horn. And I just said at an early age, I refused to get twice my age, wishing I had done what I've already done. So I try to pass it on. I don't expect you to travel like I do, but do what you will in this short life. You know, the job doesn't save you at the end of the day. You know, could be 20 years, no matter how long you give your time in. When you're working for somebody generating their revenue, the fact is you are an asset, but you have your life and they have theirs. So just put yourself first and foremost, and the chips will fall. And keep listening to Cal.
Yeah, it's a good thing you got your freedom, because these guys, they're trying to joke on your hair, but you don't have to worry about sitting in an interview and somebody saying, hey, you might need to cut that hair or something like that, because you're your own boss, and that makes a lot. That's freedom, right? You wear your hair the way you want to wear it.
Yes, sir.
See, that's the freedom. But thank you, man, so much. I appreciate it. Okay, Sharon, are you with us? Are you still frozen in time? She's frozen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I would like to say thank you to all who subscribe my channel, and thank you, Sir Calvin, to always welcome me and your panel. And I would like to say thank you also to Campbell's couple for the interview of my live stream last 4 days ago. And I just want to say to all the foreign men that, like what I said, spend wisely and choose wisely, and getting know more of the woman that you choose, that they will stay forever with you no matter happened, and take the time and wait the right time.
Well, thank you, Sharon, and continued success in your channel. I want to thank everybody for your super chats, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support. We celebrated 2 years. I mean, it's really a big deal to me. I know I'm not the type that jumped up and down and all that, but
You earned
somewhat
it.
deep inside of me, I'm grinning, man, because I can't believe it, really. And I'm a few subscribers short of 40,000. I mean, that's amazing for real. That's just something that you could only dream about. And now it's come true for me. And yeah, one guy said, hey, Hybrid 711 says, you're living the life I dream about. I am living my dreamed of life. I really am, man. And I was telling Alex that a lot of what I'm doing today, almost 100% of it, Kamal, is I dreamed about. Living in a climate, tropical climate, where it never gets cold all year round. Owning my home straight out and clear, no banks, no loans, no nothing. Okay.
Right.
You know, all that kind of stuff. It's really come true for me. And, you know, having a nice looking woman, you know, younger woman, you know, sleeping next to me every night, you know, it's got my back. See, all this, it don't give me any trouble. If I go in here and say, honey, make me a sandwich, she's not going to say, make your own damn sandwich.
That's
you know,
right.
I'm not, you know, the same stuff I got over there. You know, do I look like a slave? You know the stuff we get. It's all
Right.
my dream of life over here, man. And I would encourage anybody, wherever you are and wherever your piece of heaven is, it's probably out here somewhere. It's probably not where you are right now. You imagine
I agree.
Kentucky, where I lived for the majority of my life, 334 square miles, Kamal, whereas this planet is 197 million square miles. So you can wonder why I was frustrated.
Yeah, and I thought about you. I thought about the death triangle, Cal, the police, the stress, and the thugs in your hood. I remember.
Yeah, that's real for me.
Yeah.
There's no triangle over here. But thanks, Infinite Luke, for that super sticker. Yeah, thank y'all so much. This is Sunday, man. We go to lunch. We go to the grocery store today. Keep doing what you're doing, Sharon. Share more about your life, okay?
Yeah, well done, Sharon. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Kamal.
Because there's enough travel channels out here already. Give us some of that nitty gritty you was given today about what really goes on behind closed doors, and you'll really be popular. Your channel will really shoot up there, but I know it's against your culture, and I'm not going to ask you to do what you wouldn't normally do. But he says, I love the channel. I said, can you please do me a favor? Sorry, I'm not a slave. Yeah, I got that all the time. I'd work all day and come home, and because I have on a suit and tie, I'm like, can you give me a cup of water out of the refrigerator? Well, are your legs broke or something like that? You know, just the stupid stuff that women say to you over there, man. It's like they don't want to do nothing for you. But thank y'all so much. I really, really appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. Help somebody today. I mean, that's real, man. That's really the core of my channel. All right. Well, almost forgot. I got to play my. This is coming up on. This is a 1-year anniversary. This song right here, where this
That's right. Go where you're treated best. Never settle for less.
Yeah, where you celebrate it, not tolerate it. But
that's
yeah,
right.
My American ex-wife, but she's give me hell.
And Sir Calvin, I just want to say congratulations for your success and wish you more blessings.
Well, thank you, Sharon. I'm going to come down there. I'm going to interview you, but I'm going to let you know now. I'm putting you on the hot seat. I'm not gonna take it easy on you. You're gonna open up, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna interview you, and then I'll let you interview me for your channel.
Okay.
Boots on the ground.
All right, everybody, take care.
Okay.
Pass
Bye.
it
Thank
on.
you.